William Shakespeare, Fool and Prophet is a brief but intense and radical study, is truly subversive and rebellious shout against the bourgeois modernity. In fact, what I consider my untimely meditations, which draw inspiration from life and works of William Shakespeare, focus on the concept of modernity not as an historical era but as a self-referential attitude cyclically adopted by the hegemonic class during the evolution of the Western society, embracing typical values of bourgeoisie. In my opinion, bourgeoisie is an idea, or rather an ideology, which, at least for us used to it, goes far beyond borders of history. Its rules of competition and oppression, its principles of profit and convenience, its characteristic intolerance towards traditional limits and status emerge not just after the appearance of the proper bourgeoisie, etymologically born with the burg, in Italian borgo, during medieval communist age, but emerge much earlier. For instance, Latinist and Professor Ivano Dionigi explicitly refers to bourgeois values when talking about post-Homeric Greek society, while Trimalcione from Satyricon by Petronio was clearly the grandpa of many 19th and 20th centuries upstarts, as it was witnessed by the first version of The Great Gatsby by Francis Scott Fitzgerald, whose title was indeed Trimalchio. In conclusion, modern is the attitude of that class dogmatically obedient to the principle of usefulness rather than to worship of beauty, obsessively devoted to profit, insensitive to any instance of social justice expressed by intellectuals and artists who, finally free from but at the same time deprived of protection from authority, are condemned to many different forms of marginalization, from ostracism to censorship, from exile to even suicide. Oh, poor genius, but not much better fate for the mean bourgeois, genetically doomed to frustration and unsatisfaction. This short book idly continues the research conducted during the drafting of Prima Dopo Noir, a critical essay that, through the same interdisciplinary approach adopted by Sir William Shakespeare, focused on poetics of dissent and disillusionment, tracing the origin of the social and rebellious character of noir B-movies in the realistic revolution of arts occurred in the 19th century when the revolutionary intelligentsia entered into a collision course with the reactionary bourgeoisie. In his preface to Prima Dopo Noir, Professor Silvio Lovisio from the University of Turin, not surprisingly, emphasized the political implications of the decision to analyze film noir not just as an entertainment product but as a social one, as a further expression of dissent in the US within the extensive historiographic map drawn by Howard Zinn in his People's History of the United States. As in that case, I studied film noir in continuity with the uninterrupted artistic process that binds Courbet, Millet, Van Gogh, Ensor, Rouault, and illustrators close to socialist periodicals as The Masses, George Bellows, Art Young, John Reed, or Lavanti, Giuseppe Scalarini, or Die Plight, Georg Gross, and of course German expressionist movies. Hence, in Sir William Shakespeare, Fool and Prophet, I compare Shakespeare's untimeliness with that of Seneca and Dante, Goethe, Balzac, Dostoevsky, Nietzsche, Schnitzler, and Pirandello. And I'm proud that this was one of the aspects of my work most appreciated by Professor Stephen Greenblatt from Harvard University, who acknowledged its originality precisely in identifying the controversial relationship Shakespeare had with the society of the nascent modern era and its typically bourgeois contradictions.